Yep. We're
Home?
we're live again, by the way. Yeah, go ahead. Send it.
I don't understand. Like, he went from everybody be here, everybody walk to the Capitol, everybody speak their mind, everything, to go home.
Yeah, he's getting pressure. That's what's
like
happening.
He looked like a robot.
Yeah, you think?
That was the scariest thing I've seen all day, actually.
So, what's up, Bear Nation? I just wanted to duck back in. We've been getting a lot of people that I know personally have been reaching out to me, texting me. Have you seen this? Do you know what's going on? What about this thing? Have you heard about that thing? And for about the last 3 hours or so, I've been uninterested in providing my take on what's going on out there because I didn't want to just add noise to what's going on. There's a lot of unknowns, but I figured we'd give you some of the high points. Biden just called for Trump to tell his people, and I'm paraphrasing here, to go home. Trump just got on air live and said, hey, I know it's been a really tough election. Thank you for showing up, but you need to go home. You need to be peaceful. You need to respect law enforcement. We'll see what happens with that. The Capitol building in D.C. has been stormed. The House floor, Senate floor was overtaken by patriots. There's a lot of rumors, and I think they're perhaps valid, that these are wolves in sheep's clothing, that there could be black bloc, Antifa, whoever embedded in these, just because in some certain individuals within the crowd, the way that they were behaving, the way that they were acting, their posture, their whole vibe just doesn't seem right. So the Capitol building was overrun. Pelosi's computer, as well as several of other staffers and representatives, their computers, their personal effects, were taken into possession by the mob. The Capitol building in Kansas, the Capitol building in Michigan, the Capitol building in Georgia, all have had mobs at them or in them. There was a small explosion in Oklahoma City that's under investigation. From one person, secondhand information, one person that I know has a friend in D.C., says just talk to her. She just went to her hotel to charge batteries. She said there aren't thousands, there are millions. She said that the pictures aren't showing thousands and can be replaced with thousands more. There are weapons in D.C. There are militias on their way to D.C. and the Proud Boys have not even shown up yet. Thousands aren't even out yet. There are more people showing up. The National Guard was called in, attempted to be called in 2 or 3 times. Initially, that request was denied by the Pentagon, allegedly. All this is alleged, completely unconfirmed as of this time. Mitch McConnell is a traitorous bastard. And let's see, where did his article go? Where is it? Right here. In a remarkable speech from the Senate floor, Senate Majority Leader Mitch castigated his fellow Republicans who challenged Arizona's election results, arguing that they were subverting the Constitution by attempting to overturn the election results. I've served 36 years in the Senate. This will be the most important vote I've ever cast, McConnell said. The voters, the courts, and the states have all spoken. They've all spoken. If we overrule them, it will damage our republic forever. You are absolutely a piece of garbage cocaine, Mitch, and 36 years is too long. You need to go. You need to go. You're useless. You've been bought and paid for a long time, and you need to go. So this guy right here, garbage. Other reporting here from MSN, coup attempt from USA Today, mob storms Capitol, Pelosi asks the National Guard to clear the building, live updates. As if they're going to continue with the delayed session, joint session of the House and the Senate to hear the electors. Yeah, man. This whole thing's a mess, and it's not even dark yet. The mayor of D.C., Bowser, has called for a curfew. I think originally it was at 6 p.m., and then I think that got moved to 4 p.m., but I could be wrong. Enacting that curfew is going to be very difficult. There was live reporting of Metro PD, DC Metro PD in full kit, moving through the tunnels that are underneath the Capitol building to go back into the Capitol building to remove these patriots from the Capitol building. There is at least one woman who was shot. Originally, the first report was in the arm, profuse bleeding, and then that was amended to chest and neck. There's also reports of 5 or 6 other individuals, some of which being law enforcement officers, that have been taken to the hospital as of this time. There are still patriots in place. We know from 2 embeds that I have direct contact with in DC that signal jamming is in place. One person has burnt 2 burner phones already, and a lot of people are reporting that their standard tech, their Samsung or their iPhone, is not working or is working intermittently, which is interesting because a lot of other people seem to be taking pictures, tweeting, and live streaming from there. So I don't know, maybe it's a bandwidth issue, or maybe it's countermeasures, maybe it's jammers. Not entirely sure. This whole thing's a mess. The whole thing's a mess, and that's literally all that I know about thus far. There is no clear, concise take on what happens next. I think once the sun goes down, it's a whole nother ball game. You had earlier Monkey Works reporting that MARSOC was on the move from Florida, but that seems a little bit extreme. However, who knows? Elijah Schaefer is reporting over here. This is a bit of footage. Hopefully it'll play. This is a bit of footage right here of individuals inside of the Capitol building engaging with the Capitol Police, I believe. And, yeah, just... I got to be completely honest with you. I don't know whether to be proud or ashamed, but either way, things are different as of today. I feel very much so. Whatever innocence we had as a nation is lost. We're here. It has a very. It almost feels like 9/11. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it almost feels like 9/11. We've got here Josh. What did he say? Breaking. Bombs found somewhere. They are all scared. Texas here too, north of Dallas. Roger. The woman has died. Roger. See how fast this chat is moving. There's Fort Bragg mobilizing. Okay, give me the links. Listen, bearindependent.com. Any intel you have, start sending it to bearindependent.com right now, please and thank you. And I mean real intel. Real intel. Not I heard from a guy who heard from a guy. I mean, what can you actually confirm? Real intel. I don't have anything to add at this time, and so I'm not going to continue to be one more voice in the noise because I don't have anything else that's actionable. I will tell you this, that violence in the Capitol building should definitely be, violence in DC period should definitely be an indicator for everybody out there who's tracking on these kinds of things. I've gotten 13 text messages since we started this. Yeah. There's very much so an air of we have been nice up until this point. We've been peaceful. We've been kind. We have acquiesced. We have tried the legal channels. We've done everything that we can to abide by the law. And I said it this morning, and I've been saying it. If they don't follow the law, why should we? Well, here we are. Trump just told supporters to go home and go in peace. Amen. I just talked about that. So there's a whole lot going on right now. I don't have more intel that I can add to the story other than that at this point. If something else comes up, something that's actionable, we'll be back on again. But I got nothing else to add. Nothing that you haven't heard from somebody else already. There is, this is an indicator. This is an indicator. I was curious about when would we hear from Biden? Well, there he was in all of his, gotta be nice because it's YouTube, robotic, senile glory, calling upon President Trump. The man has no bearing. He has no authority. This whole thing is a mess. This whole thing is absolutely a mess, and it's come to a head. And like I said, I've been hopeful, knowing that hope is not a strategy, that Trump would be certified the president for 4 more years. However, I've been preparing for that not to happen. And as I've been saying, today is the beginning of the conflict, not the end. Do some soul searching. Figure out, what are your lines of effort? What are you actually trying to achieve? What do you need? How are you going to get it? What are you actually trying to achieve? Clearly define the goal. Then you can reverse engineer a plan to accomplish that goal. I'm out for now. If anything comes up, I'll be in touch later. Bless y'all. BearIndependent.com, Patreon.com/BearIndependent. I appreciate y'all. Share this out, please and thank you. You know that the YouTube algorithm hates us. I'll see y'all shortly, I assume. Shalom.